Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelly for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts of life journey. Now, your host of Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, Kelly and Cheryl.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's show, Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. We want to welcome everyone in our audience. We do have a new show time. I believe this is our third week having this new show time. We want to welcome everyone. We're on 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're on WLTK-DB radio. We're also streaming live tonight on our social platforms. So if you do see us, please type in the comment section and let us know that you're seeing us live. We so appreciate having you all here. And we do want to say hello tonight. I'm Kelly's not with us tonight, but we'll explain that in a moment. But let's say hello to our co-host here, Lori Albert. Hi, Lori. How are you?
Hi. Nice to be back. Oh my God, you guys, it just makes me giggle. I so appreciate you guys inviting me as often as you do.
Oh, we love having you. And 3 times is a charm. And so tonight is very special for me, Lori, to be with you.
I know.
So thank you so much for coming on. And for everyone that's watching, we do want to let you guys know that Kelly was going to be with us tonight, but her husband surprised her because it's their anniversary this evening. So he's taking her out this evening. And so we want to wish both Kelly and Paul happy anniversary. And we're so happy for them. They're great, good people, good people to have.
And it seemed, oh my gosh, the message she sent was like, we're so excited to be together and we can't wait for the rest of our lives. And I was like, whoa, that is incredible. I mean, that's just
great.
Such a beautiful,
Yeah.
so beautiful. Oh
yeah. And from what she told me, they celebrated earlier this week. So she wasn't really expecting anything today. And then lo and behold, Paul, Mr. Romantic, comes through. So
wow.
Good on you, Paul. Really good on
right.
you.
That's awesome. So congratulations, Kelly.
Yay, congratulations. And so, but we do have our wonderful backstage support. Of course, we have Todd with us, and we have the wonderful Brianna, who is part of our team as well. So hello, Brianna. Thank you for supporting us behind the scenes, so to speak. Everyone, tonight's show, we have a really great show this evening, and I'm so happy that Lori's with us to get her, her feedback. She's a good sounding board to run some questions by and to ask you, Lori, since tonight's topic is called the Mastermind Show, it's really about what it's like to be a medium and a psychic and intuitive really on a daily basis. Like what are our lives like? And I thought we could, ask some questions, look at our email. If for anyone that's interested, you can type in a comment, ask a question in our comment section, or send your question to our email, which is questions@seeingbeyondradio.com. And we'll have Brianna taking a look and flagging those, and I'll be able to look at them too. But we want to answer your questions. A lot of times people ask us a lot of common questions, which are all great questions. And I think tonight we can, take advantage of this platform and reach as many people as we can and answer some questions. And then maybe, as we get along tonight, we'll be doing some readings in just a little bit later. But Lori, do you have a question you want to start with, or what's a question you get asked a lot?
It's so interesting because when we were discussing this, I was like, oh my gosh, there are like certain questions that I get asked like over and over and over again, right? But the main one, and I can't wait to hear what your number one question is that you get. But I get, are spirits just with you all the time? I mean, like, or can you turn it off?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Isn't it?
It
It is a
is.
really good question.
It's
And
a
for
good
me, I can't wait to hear, I want to hear what your answer
Yeah.
is on that first, actually.
Well, yes. So, yes, spirit is with me all the time, but I don't pay attention sometimes because I'm doing my own thing. I'm, balancing my checkbook, or I'm making my appointments, or I'm doing my own individual work. But spirit's always around, and I want to let everyone know I do think the spirit world is always around us, supporting us. I mean, maybe they're also doing their own thing, but I know, for example, my father's with me all the time, and my brother, and I know they're there because get signs from them, or they let me know that they're there through through hearing them, or through a fragrance. I want to say that it's really my job, though, as a medium, to know when to work. I really open up. So I'll take time to meditate and open up when I'm doing my readings, Lori, or when I'm doing meditation, when I'm teaching my classes. And then afterwards, right, I want to close down, so to speak, or I want to bring down my chakras, close them down to a natural state to where I turn the volume down. That's how I kind of use that example. I turn that radio dial down to where if I really need to know anything, I know they'll get my attention. But
Yeah.
really, it's about kind of moving on with my own life, practicing self care, taking care of myself, grounding, getting enough rest. So what about you? I wanna hear your response now. Do you
Well, you know what? It's
around
funny.
all the time? That's
Obviously,
the
it's
question.
very similar to yours, right?
Mm,
I mean, I basically, when I first started, I started out as a clairsentient. So I didn't actually see things,
mhm,
I would feel them.
mm,
Okay. So I am an empath. Okay. So my whole life, before I even started developing myself, I would feel like I'd walk past somebody and go, oh my God, they're just so sad. That person is so sad. I feel so bad for them, or whatever, and take on their emotions. Right.
mhm.
But then once I started developing my gifts, I started to get a little worried that I was going to be bombarded all the time, right? And for a little bit there, I was like
Yes.
any given moment, things would happen. But I decided, somebody told me, and one of my teachers, I guess, said, you need to create the boundaries, right? So
Mhm.
my favorite thing that I did, and I did this for years, and I don't do it anymore because the boundary is kind of natural at this point. But if this white candle, like this white candle, if this is burning, then
Right.
you can come in spirit, and I'm at work. It was,
Yes.
I was very dramatic. I'm
Yeah.
still kind of dramatic, but you know, but now
Um,
it's just it, and that worked actually for a while, but now it's more like, they know when they
yeah.
know when they can bother me or not,
Mhm. Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like that. And it's so interesting you should say about your father, because
Right.
my mother, who
Uh-huh.
is relatively recently in spirit, she only passed away like
Mm.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
So all I have to do, I mean, she's one of my guides, so I invite her in whenever I open up my chakras. So all I have to do is say mom, and there she is, kind of thing.
I
So
love it. I love it. And that's leads me to a next question, Lori, is because your mother is your guide, people wonder, can our departed loved ones be our guides?
yeah.
And I think it's so important for people to know that yes, they can be your guides. They
Mhm.
absolutely. I know when I do my work, I ask my father and my brother to be here. I ask, right, all of my guides to be here, right?
Yeah.
And so know that it's so important that your loved ones are that connected to us when they cross over.
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting is that my mother was a teacher.
Oh,
Okay. So, and she passed away just before COVID actually hit, and everything. And interestingly, right when COVID hit is when I started getting the idea that I should teach. And so,
nice.
right around 4 years ago is when I started to teach. And it's extraordinary. I mean, it feels so right. It feels so natural. And I
Mhm.
know that my mother, well, I shouldn't say I know, because I do know, you know what I mean? It's like she's just there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she's like me. Like, I'm kind of outspoken, obviously, and she's like me. So she doesn't have any problem saying, Lori, you need to say this, or, that sort of thing. So
Oh,
it's really cool.
I love it. I love it that you're that connected to her,
Yeah.
and we feel her now as we continue.
Yeah. Sorry
Uh,
about that, Mom. Take
no,
it.
it's great. It's great. So I want to say hi to some people who are with us. We have so many people who are longtime supporters of our radio show, and we just want to, shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you, Christy. I saw Courtney, Teresa. I saw her. Many people. Bud, hi, Bud. I know Frank is around. Once again, Cassandra, Rosie. Just hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight, Colleen. Thanks for being here. We want to say hello to all of our lovely friends that are out there joining us for tonight's radio show. Brenda, and thank you so much, Linda, for supporting us. We're talking about the Mastermind show for tonight. So Lori Albert and I, we're both letting you know what questions we get asked a lot and what questions you may have too. So please type in your questions for us. If I could, Lori, I want to go to the next question because Maria asked a question that came in through our email.
What's
So
that?
thank you for that. So Maria asked, how do you get spiritual guidance in your life? So Lori, where do you go for spiritual guidance? How do you get spiritual guidance? How do you feed your soul, so to speak?
Very great question, by the way.
Isn't that awesome?
Now, and I want to say that I think everybody is different in terms of this. And I hate to keep bringing up COVID, but when
Mhm.
COVID started, I decided I was going to take a class on the ancient spiritual texts, right? So I have all of my books over here. I've got the Bhagavad Gita, I've got the
Mhm.
Yoga Sutras, I've got all of that.
Wow.
So I started,
Wow.
that's my,
Chills.
during COVID, that was my source of inspiration and spiritual excitement, I guess you could say, and then I love Ram Dass, I love Krishna Das, I love Wayne Dyer. I mean, who doesn't love Wayne Dyer?
Well, that's who I feel. I'm like, are you channeling Wayne Dyer right now, Lori? Like, that's what I felt. I'm like, this is amazing. And of course, we love Wayne. We love Wayne,
Oh,
absolutely. And Ram Dass, and yes,
yeah,
Krishna Das, absolutely. And
yeah, for sure. So
so,
yeah,
so you were on this path, right? So so during COVID, you were reading all these amazing ancient texts you're
yeah.
talking about, right?
Yeah,
So,
and how it started was, David G, the
oh,
meditation teacher. He's my meditation mentor, right? And I'm certified with him to do meditation teaching or whatever. But he did a class on the ancient text, and he went through it and
mm,
broke it down, and it was great.
mhm,
And it opened up like a whole new part of my heart. I feel like,
mm,
I mean, it's just amazing. But then, like I said, I have my Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, which is the Tao,
yes.
which is, I'm sorry, I should say it's Dr. Wayne Dyer's interpretation of the Tao. So Tao Te
Mhm.
Ching. So I'm like all into that. So
I
it's
love
a
it.
lot of fun. A lot of
What's
fun.
such what you're talking about is so great for all of us to hear, to remind us that, these amazing ancient teachings, can really resonate and take us and raise our vibration. They can take us to a whole new level of insight. Uh,
Absolutely.
Maybe they help us on our path. So thank you so much for mentioning those books.
Well, and you know what, too, is that a lot of people, most people that aren't into spirituality at all, they think that yoga is a form of exercise, right? But
Right?
yoga is thousands and thousands of years old,
Mhm. Mhm.
and it's not just the physical part. There's 8 limbs. Don't ask me what they are because I can't tell you them all. But there are 8 limbs. And the one that is the most, I think, the most close to enlightening is Kriya Yoga, which is, you
Mhm.
know, enlightenment. It's like Buddha, kind of thing.
Mm.
So it's really exciting. Really, I mean, I could talk about it all day.
Well, I
So
love it.
what
Yeah.
about you? Who
Yeah.
lights you up
Yeah, yeah.
spiritually? Like, what books do you read
Well,
or whatever?
the spirit where do I go for spiritual guidance? I really feel that, I do lots of things for spiritual guidance. Number 1 is I always practice grounding
Yeah.
because I just feel connecting with Mother Earth for me, it's just heaven. like taking a hike, gardening, connecting with trees and flowers and nature and the ocean and the mountains. I mean, really, for me, that's
Mm,
that's kind of my sanctuary, I guess you could say. So that's where I go to, receive
mm.
beautiful, beautiful energies with nature. Yeah, through air,
There.
sunshine, all of that. Yeah. So I'll
Absolutely.
just say that. So love that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's so great. Oh my
it
gosh.
is. Yeah.
So I have a question that I wrote down. Do you have another question there? Because I have one. I
Yeah.
want to hear what your answer would be to this.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I get asked this a lot. And actually, let me preface this just a minute for just a second, right? So I have a relative, I don't want to out this person, who like I get invited to, family parties and that sort of thing. And it's known that I'm a medium, right? So a lot of times we will go to the party and they will be like, oh, bring your cards, and so I'll offer to give people like, just I'll pull a card for them. It's nothing major, right? Some of the people get very scared
Oh,
to be read, you know?
yes. Yes.
And so
Yes.
here's the question that
Wow.
I have for you. This is what I get. Can you read my mind and do you know all my secrets?
That is a great question.
I think people get so scared of that, you
Mhm.
know? And so it deters them. So what are
Yes.
your thoughts on that?
They get scared of that, and they get scared that they don't wanna hear anything bad
Mhm.
in a reading, or they
Mhm.
don't wanna open something up where, something bad could happen. Number 1 is I believe well, I just wanna tell everyone listening that I'm working with not only Kelly Eckhart, but Lori Albert. I mean, these are and other people we have on our show, but Lori, you and Kelly are definitely people of high integrity and our guests. But when we talk about mediumship and psychic ability, we have such a reverence for what we do, and we take such gratitude in being able to offer readings or to be able to connect with your loved ones, that we
Mhm.
certainly respect other people's privacy and their own space. So, no, I would say no, we're not out to read your mind. We're not out to scare you in any way. I really think part of our discipline as spiritual mediums is to provide healing, is to provide greater awareness and insight, and to uplift you and help provide information that can be useful, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say. So
Mm.
no to the reading minds. And what else was the um,
Um,
part of the question?
oh, do people know my secrets?
Oh, do people know
Do
my
you
secrets?
can you
No,
tell what my secrets are?
no, because I always ask for the because really, if you don't want your secrets to be known for any one of us, they're not going to be known. Just for you
Exactly.
guys to know that, for everyone to know that, no one, and really, we don't. Uh, what we know is what we ask for, and we always ask for the highest good to come for all. We always ask for the most appropriate information to come through. We always ask that, let this reading be something that can take this person to the next step on their journey, on their spiritual path. So I don't believe we go looking for anything. We actually let the spirit world kind of show us, and we follow the spirit world in the reading. So we are
Mhm.
bringing through maybe something that might surprise you, that would help you, that you can understand. So,
Mhm.
what do
That
you think
was
on that?
such a beautiful answer, Cheryl. That was so beautiful. But, I think it's an important question to ask because I
Yeah.
think it deters a lot of people
Mhm,
from, exploring this,
mhm,
pardon the pun, but medium, you
mhm.
know? I think it deters a lot of people, and that makes me sad because
Yeah.
it can be such a beautiful thing.
Mhm,
So,
mhm. I love it. And now talking about auras though, just to share with everyone. So really our aura, which is our
Mhm.
energetic body, it's our electromagnetic field, which is
Mhm.
around us, right? It's about 3 feet comfortably or 6 feet, comfortably around us. That's our energy field. And now we can, with your permission, like I know we would never read anyone without their permission, of course, but with permission, we blend or we sense your energy field, and maybe we can sense that, hey, maybe there's something going on at work, or, something you want to talk about. But that is in a full private reading situation where, you're asking for help or for guidance or for confirmation or validation.
Yeah.
Right, Lori? So,
Yes.
and then as far as being afraid, and these are all natural
Yeah.
healthy questions to ask, because if we
Mhm.
don't know, we don't know, right? So
Yeah.
we are so glad that people ask us these questions, so we get to
Yeah.
share what we've learned, right? We get to share our experience and everything that we know. We just are so open about what we do, right,
Yeah.
Lori?
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you do something um from your heart and
Mhm.
from the highest vibration, I mean, it will always people will see that,
Mhm.
is how I want to say it. People will see that. They know that you're from the light
Mhm.
versus, the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately there are a lot of psychics and mediums out there that,
Mhm.
"Oh, come and I'll give you a reading for $20." Okay, that's great. And then you go, oh my, this just happened to
Yeah,
students actually. She
right.
went to this, she just wanted to
Mhm.
see what it was like to go to one of those psychics, right? And they said they gave her this reading and they said, "You have a curse."
Mhm. Mhm.
And but for $1,000,
Yes.
I will get rid of that curse for you. And I'm just like, whoa.
So the reason why I know that story that you're telling, Lori, is because the same thing happened to me, except it was like 1,500, not me, but I heard from a client or someone like, "I just came from this lady and she told me there was something bad, and for 5 sessions, she could
Oh,
clear it." And it's like, run from
yeah,
those people. Yeah, you had the
yeah.
Amy is chiming in. Yeah, thank you, Brianna. Amy said, "I had that, it was scary." Right.
Same thing, yeah.
Anyone, yes, anyone that is, and there are people out there, just like there are people who are misleading in other professions as well. Unfortunately, there are people out there, but really I feel like we're doing a good job trying to reach as many people as we can to,
Yes.
um help spread the word and help empower people that, really you got to listen to your gut and go with your intuition. And
Yeah.
hopefully what Lori and I share with everyone tonight is,
Well, and you know what I love about I want to say our community, but it is our community, but it's basically the people that we know.
Mhm.
There really is no ego,
Mm-mm.
and so like if somebody does not like vibe with me and they're like, I want a mediumship reading, but I'm not sure about you. And I'll be like, go to Cheryl, go to
Mhm.
Kelly,
Mhm.
and I have lots of, friends. If you don't vibe with me, please go to somebody else. It's
Mhm.
totally fine.
Mhm.
I mean, we can't be for everybody,
Right.
I mean, there's just that's the way that energy works, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I really feel strongly about that. And I'm so fortunate that the people that I choose to associate with, you being one, feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're all in this. There's more
Mhm.
than enough people that want readings out there.
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
And, so that this is great. I love our conversation so far. I'd love to just read some questions.
Oh yeah.
Someone was asking if we're gonna be doing readings, a little bit later in the show, and I will say yes. So just stay tuned, and please, if you want to think about a question that you wanna ask, we'll be reading them from the comments section, or if you have a question, you could always send it to our email, and we have Brianna, behind, backstage, flagging them and screening them and letting us know what's happening. So we are trying to take a little bit here and a little bit there. But we're so appreciative of all of you being here. I just want to take a moment because Lori has so many great things happening for her right now, but she's doing so many great things. And I just want to tell everyone about you, Lori, for those tuning in for the first time, about you're on Insight Timer, you're teaching classes, like you've got a lot of great new stuff happening. So can you just share with us, like, what's happening in the month of April? Because
Oh my gosh. It's
so much is happening with
crazy
you.
when, like I knew that 2023 was going to be
Yeah.
one of those years where you just kind of go whoosh. It's like daily. Like today, I was just like, okay, I've got this. I knew it was nuts today, but anyway, so every Thursday I am live on Insight Timer giving mediumship readings. So that's every Thursday for an hour, 5 o'clock Pacific time. And then, thanks. Thank you, Brianna, for putting my events. I have a class coming up that starts this coming Wednesday. It's 4 Wednesdays. And I am partnering with my dear friend. Her name is Jess Be Inspired.
Oh.
And she is a Reiki master. And if you think I am hyper and high vibrational, you got to meet Jess. She is off the charts. And she's so much fun. And she's such a real person,
Yeah.
So basically what we're doing is it's 4 weeks. She's going to be like heading up 2 weeks and I'm heading up 2 weeks. And I'm going to be talking about like meeting your spirit guides and how to really start the process of learning how to connect with spirit and that sort of thing, spirit guides and that. And we're going to talk about the clairs and we're going to do some fun psychic games, that sort of thing. And then she is going to be teaching how to like channel the chakras, that energy. Okay. And she's going to do a whole thing about like automatic writing, which, oh my gosh, it's just so exciting. So I'm super excited about it.
Is this online? So
yeah, it's going to be online. And and I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound selly, and I'm not very good at selling stuff because whatever. But today is the last day of the early bird special.
Oh, good. Well, this is great. Good
you
timing.
can the link is on there, so thank you for putting the link up. I appreciate it. You can go there. Today is the last day at like midnight or something. It cuts off. So we're excited. It's going to be 4 weeks and we will see where it goes. So and then I have another one more thing. I have another workshop coming up on the 15th of April. And that is, I think I'm psychic. Now what do I do? So it's going to be kind of the thing where you sort of dip your toe in the water of psychic spirituality, all the metaphysical stuff. So and that's just a
nice
informational.
And also people can follow you on your website. It's lorialbert.com.
Yes.
And you're also on Facebook. I know you're on TikTok. I love your videos on TikTok.
Thank you. I love yours on TikTok.
Thank you.
You are like, oh my gosh. And Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If you guys don't follow Cheryl, you've got to.
I'm telling you.
She does the funnest little things. Oh my gosh. You're just so cute.
I need 1,000 followers on TikTok in order to go live on TikTok. So for everyone, if you are already on TikTok, just please follow me. I'm at 500. I need a few more to get 1,000 because I just started TikTok, but I want to reach more people. I'm like, this is fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. Now, me too. I only have like maybe 400 followers.
Oh, well. And we gotta follow you too, Lori.
Yeah, I know, but wait, you hear this. So I'm on this platform called evolveme.com.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. It's a great platform. They're in the beta version. It's totally brand new, right? It's going to be like Etsy meets Insight Timer, all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, they already have 1,000 followers on TikTok. So I logged into their thing and I started doing a live.
Oh, great.
It was, oh my gosh, Cheryl, get ready because it was insane. There was literally 5,000 people that logged in and I was like, whoa.
Holy cow.
But then people leave and that sort of thing, so people left and stuff, but it was really difficult to, it was so funny. It was hilarious. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Well, I can't wait for you to do your first live because
I'm going to tell everybody.
That's great.
Uh,
Now, what
yeah.
classes do you have coming up?
Well, for everyone listening, and I'll be posting more about this, but please join me April 7th. I have a small group reading event where only 8 people will be there. It's online. Everyone gets a reading. So it's called Circle of Love small group reading event. It's online April 7th. It starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time for 2 hours. So it's a pretty good amount of time where we get through mediumship readings for everyone in the group. And if we have time, we'll answer psychic questions. I'll answer psychic questions. And then April 22nd is what I always look forward to these. Every few months, I get together with the 4 Earth Angels and we do an event. And this month, in April 22nd is our 3-hour workshop. We're doing crystal healing. We're teaching about crystals. We're teaching about the power of crystals. And I'll be talking about grounding with crystals, but we'll also be doing other things, mediumship readings. We'll be doing healing, meditation. So it's a lot we can do in 3-hour workshop. And that too is online. And that's called the 4 Earth Angels. So join my website, look at my events page. Thanks for putting the link up, Brianna. And please join us. April has a lot, and there's so much great energy out there. This is what we want everyone to know is 2023 is the year of the water rabbit. I happen to be a water rabbit, by the way. And I know it's here, and it has been phenomenal. And the energy just keeps getting better, right, Lori? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you said, it's a whoosh energy. It's a galactic stream or something that we're riding here. It's a beautiful energy, and it's one of creation. It's one of calmness. It's one of building. It's one of community or connecting, right? Connecting with your own higher self. So it's a great, great year. 2023 is great. 2024 is going to be great too. But March, we're just in it, and March and April are super strong times for this year. So please join us for those events if you can. And
So, what is the date of the Earth Angel event?
thank you. It's April 22nd.
Okay.
April 22nd. Thanks for mentioning. And that's on a Saturday. And it's 3 hours. It's like at 2 p.m. Pacific time to 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I might come to that.
Oh, it's really great.
You guys do that like every month? Is
Every
that
4 months, every 3 to 4 months, where
okay.
we because all of our schedules are pretty busy, so we get together if we can and right now we have an early bird pricing going on. So just like you, Lori, we have an early bird pricing. So for everyone, I would just suggest try to get your tickets earlier than later because you get the better price.
How many, like, is there a limit to how many people we're gonna?
No.
Okay.
No, there's four mediums, and for 3 hours that we can really fill the room, so to speak, with spirit and with healing and meditation. So it's really cool. And we'll do animal readings too, animal communication and departed loved ones.
Do
Yeah.
you do I don't know why I'm asking this because I don't remember, but do you bring through animals often?
I have been bringing through more and more animals
Huh.
and more than one animal too. Usually
Really?
it's like they're coming through in groups. So
Oh,
when your animals come in, it's not just one, it's like 3 or 4, all of
yeah.
they come in, and maybe
Huh.
only 1 or 2 of them is part of the reading, but I feel a group of them walking in. So I just want to
Interesting.
tell people, yeah, it's a stronger presence. How's that? They're making themselves known even stronger these days.
Aw, that's so
No,
cute.
I
Yeah,
know.
for some reason, like somebody will ask me, "Can you bring through my pet dog or whatever?" And it's not a strong energy. Like I can usually see
Mhm.
pets and stuff,
Mm,
but for
mm.
some reason they don't, it's like they're just there peripherally. If
I
that's a
see.
word. I'm sorry, I don't know if
That
that's a
was a
word.
very good word.
Yeah, I know, right? But if it's a word, yeah.
It is
But
a
it
word.
always seems like that they're just there because they
Yeah.
want me to know that they're there, but I can't communicate. Very interesting.
Well,
So,
just your awareness that they're there, I know means a lot, you know?
yeah,
So, just
yeah,
knowing that they're there.
yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, why don't we do a couple of readings, and then for everyone, if for everyone that's here, we want to say hello to everyone. Also, we see people keep logging on. We know that we're live streaming on YouTube and Facebook tonight. So, thank you so much for being with us. We see people, Joy and John, Eva, Kit. Thanks, guys, for being with us. Thanks for being loyal followers for Kelly and I, and Lori Albert, of course. Thank you again. We want to do some readings right now. We're going to move into that part of the program, but
Yay.
also we'll be answering your questions because we get asked the same question a lot of times, and we know it's important for people to know these things because that's why we love what we do. Is we want to reach everyone and share. It's amazing questions everyone has. So please continue to ask questions as part of your work as an intuitive and a medium, a healer, is to ask questions, right? I mean, right, Lori, we do want to ask questions from the spirit world.
Oh,
We want to find out, we want to be curious, right?
yeah. Yeah.
It really does lead to greater understanding of what the spirit world's all about.
Yeah, and you know what, it's interesting is that, just and I wouldn't say recently, but like in the last maybe couple of years, it's like I'm recognizing, um, that spirit, while they come through and they're for somebody else, like if I'm giving a reading and somebody's sitting across from me, a spirit will come through, but they also are teaching me too. They're
Yeah,
teaching
true,
me like what it's like on the other side. And
true,
I just, oh my gosh, how much I love that. Oh,
true.
I have
So
so much fun. I
yeah.
love it.
So and always be open for everyone. You know that you know we're all evolving here, right? We're all
Yeah.
students, we're all teachers, we're all
Mhm.
evolving, and Lori and I will always share with you the best we can do for you to help you understand what we're picking up and
Yeah.
what we're sensing from spirit. Can I answer a? Can I
Oh,
get a question? Denise Lynn is asking a question. She's saying
did
if
you just say Denise Lynn, like Denise Lynn, the medium? Oh, no. Okay. It's Denise Lind. I was
well,
like, Denise Lynn
it
is
could
here?
have been. It could have been. But yes, Denise Lynn. We
Whoa.
love Denise Lynn, the medium. We love Denise Lynn. That's Linn, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For the medium.
Yeah.
But we love this Denise Lynn too. Hi, Denise. She says she's asking, she's
Mm.
teaching herself tarot. Hello, that or tarot. I'm getting really good. I've
Good.
always been sensitive. What do you think?
Ooh,
So,
nice.
Lori, I'll let you answer this. What do you think about
Um,
her teaching herself tarot and
well, I'll tell you what. I think that's fantastic.
mhm.
Okay. I think that's really, really great. Keep trusting. I'm sure that you're familiar with the chakras, right? So keep going into your solar plexus.
Mhm.
Okay. And because that is where your intuition is. That's where your gut instinct. And it's funny because I started describing your gut instinct is sort of like the secular way of of saying intuition, right? Like we as spiritual light workers, we call it intuition, but the Joe on the street would say, "Oh, gut instinct, I know that," kind of thing.
It's true.
Yeah, it really is.
A great
Keep
example.
trusting that.
Mhm.
Keep trusting your intuition. And I just pulled out my cards. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, this is a Denise Lynn card
Okay.
deck, the ones that I brought out. But um, try to get maybe the oracle cards too. See if there's some of those that do something for you. It feels really good that you're
Mhm.
doing this. It feels let's see, what's the word I want to say? It feels really advancing. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I really feel like that this is just the beginning for you.
Yeah.
So
And
Cheryl,
Denise says, she calls it her spidey sense.
I love it.
I love it. And Denise, what I'm picking up for you, and I love it that you're opening up to the tarot, and I feel like it's a part of you, is what I'm feeling. Like you get it or you resonate with that energy, you just kind of maybe know more than you do, like you know more about the card and it makes sense to you.
Mm.
I do see you always having that in your spiritual tool belt. So I love to use that as an example. Like you always have that tarot around you. But I definitely feel that it's what it's doing is it's opening doors up for you. It's opening up your intuition on many levels or to many degrees. All right. So there's an unfoldment happening with you, Denise. I think 2023 is your year. Like there's a big awakening, a big unfoldment happening for you. So be open to other modalities too. You know, a lot of times when we read the cards, we look at the booklet and then we refer to the booklet to tell us what the card means. But what I see for you, Denise, is after a while, you'll set the booklet down and you'll just start reading the cards and you'll start getting your own intuitive insights. So be open to that. And like Lori said, use the gut instinct and your spidey senses. And you will grow through what you're doing, Denise. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
She goes, yes, I feel so in tune with everything since I started this.
That's fantastic. Good for you. Keep going. Keep going.
I love it. I love what you're doing, Denise. So thank you for your question. And let's move on to another question. We'd love that for hanging out with us. Let's see. Let's answer Eva Marie Smush is asking Lori and Cheryl, do you see my oldest son healing from his breakup with his wife? I'm worried about him. It does feel like a more of a recent breakup, I want to say, Eva, if you understand that. And I do feel that it was, it does feel to be kind of a sudden energy break. When you say breakup, it literally feels like a sudden surprise, we could say, or a sudden jerk in some way. So that's always the hard part. And it feels like your son at the moment, you know, I do feel at a loss or depressed even. I want to be serious about that word because I have so much respect for that energy. But I do know that he'll heal. I'm going to get Lori's take on it and then I'll circle back around. But what do you feel about Eva and her son and what he's
I actually, and Eva, I hope that that's okay for me to be blunt, because in learning to give readings, we learn to give what we get. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to love this, Eva, right? I feel like I'm supposed to tell you not to hover.
Okay.
Don't hover. Okay. I know you're going to want to, because I would too. I'm a mom too. I get it. Right. The spirit is saying, don't hover, but this is going to be really good at the end. I think that in the end, I think that it was supposed to happen. You know, I think honestly, I know this might sound strange to say, but you know, sometimes in our lives, we meet people and we forge this amazing friendship. And then it's like, sometimes you just, as time goes on, you just move and you go along your merry way. And it's like, it's not like anybody did anything bad. It's just like you're done learning from that other person, you know? And I feel like that's what this is for your son. And yeah, it's going to be difficult to get over, you know, but I really think that this is going to be far better for him. He's going to get his sense of self back, because I feel like that, yeah, I'm just going to say it that way. He's going to get his sense of self back. So
thank you, Lori. And I felt the same. So Eva, I'm just going to say, it feels like your son is broken open, so to speak. I don't know if this woman or this partner was holding him back, because it feels like he was encased or something like that. You know, when we're being smothered or, you know, we can't move, you know, how you feel that you can't move. And then all of a sudden you break free in your wings and you fly. And that's what I feel for your son. I feel like in some way, this is that growing pain part, but it's almost as if he's discovering more of who he is from this experience. So it's a very much coming into your own feeling, like, you know, so I'm happy that you're there for him.
yeah.
So that's great. But yeah, as Lori said, no helicopter, right? No helicopter.
I know. I'm sorry, Eva. I hope you're not angry with me for saying that.
No, it's good to know. It's good to know that he'll be all right. I mean, I know she appreciates us tuning in, Lori. So
that
that's
was
great.
beautiful, Cheryl. You have such a gift with words.
I hope so. Thank you. Well, just following the spirit there. So let's answer another question. And in our chat box. I'll look for another
Mhm.
comment, a question we can answer. And let me see if I can do an email. Let me get an email question. And let's just see here. Oh, Andrea Simpson. Hi, Andrea, from our emails. Andrea is saying, "Hi, ladies. Do you see me finding romantic love soon?" So
Ooh.
we're gonna do this.
You know, I'm going to pull a card for her. You can
Yeah.
go first if you want. And I feel like I want to pull a card for her.
Andrea, I'm going to answer your question because the answer is yes. I do feel like you're going to find romantic love soon. I don't think it's going to be as soon as you want it, though, because sometimes we want it to be like right here, right now. But I felt when I feel romantic love with you, I feel big romantic love. So it's not just everyday stuff here. So something is happening. I just feel you're shifting. So just Andrea, have you moved recently or are you planning on moving? It's like there's something shifting. You're making the shift is what I'm hearing. You're shifting your energy. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, out of your, you know, traditional box, so to speak. And that is what is will attract because you are, so to speak, putting yourself out there, so to speak. Like you're looking for happiness, you're wanting to be happy, you're willing to try new things. So I don't know if you understand that, Andrea, but that's what I got. And Lori, let me hand it over to you.
Um, Very interesting because
What
I
what do you have?
when you started talking about it and what I pulled was the courage card, Aspen Spirit,
Oh,
right? Isn't that
yeah,
beautiful?
it is gorgeous.
And I feel like what I'm supposed to say to you, Andrea, is that, um, you know, allow yourself to be vulnerable,
Ooh, vulnerable.
you know, like
It's awesome,
don't
Lori.
try. Well, I'm just gonna give the way I'm getting it here. And the way I'm getting it is try not to have big expectations, because when we have these expectations up here and then nobody is gonna is gonna come close, kind of thing. But I feel like that if you bring down the walls and make yourself vulnerable and
Mm,
just allow yourself to be your true self,
mhm.
do that with courage.
Yeah.
And that is what is going to attract
Mhm.
the love of your life.
I I
I mean,
just
that feels really good.
love it, Lori, and I just heard that Andrea, is stepping into her freedom, like, for one of the first times in her life. Like, there's something about Andrea being, so that vulnerability is right there too.
Yeah.
So happy for you, Andrea.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
luck.
yay, yay, yay.
Report back.
So is there another popular question that you get asked a lot as a medium, as a psychic, as a
Well,
healer?
I have a tons of questions sitting down here.
And then we'll go back to our readings in a moment, but let's answer another. What
um,
kind of questions do you get asked all the time?
Actually, this is a good one, and I think a lot of people will find this to be interesting. But how can you determine that it's
Oh,
spirit and not your mind talking?
yeah.
Isn't that a great question?
It's
And
a great
people
question.
people ask that in different ways, but it's basically that question that I get a lot.
Mhm, mhm.
What do you think?
I will start the conversation. And so look, it is about trusting and it is about practicing and it is about getting validation and confirmation about what you're picking up. When you're giving a reading to someone and they say yes, let that confirmation kind of take that in and know that and remember how you receive the information and start trusting that information the way you're receiving it. Because yes, it's true, our mind gets in the way. And that's
Mhm.
what we do in mediumship is we kind of learn to trust what we're getting and to maybe get out of our own way. A lot of mediums or people learning how to be a medium, people beginning, they want to hold on and put so much pressure on themselves.
Mhm.
And then they get so hard on themselves when they, didn't interpret something right, right?
Yeah.
But it is about trusting yourself. It is about believing that, the spirit world is connecting to us and it's between the thoughts that they're connecting to us. So those inspired thoughts where you're like, that wasn't my thought, or
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking anything. How did I get that information? And it is through practice as a medium and meditation that we practice. So it is practice, 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 no
Yeah.
doubt. So Lori,
Yes. Yes.
what is your,
Practice, practice,
yeah.
practice, you know.
Mhm,
And spirit will allow you to go at whatever the pace is
mhm.
that is right for you, you know. Some
Yeah.
people develop quicker than others, and that's okay. It doesn't,
Mhm,
there's no, it's not a race, you know. But what I always find interesting is that over the years, I struggled with that, and what I've over the years have learned to do is before I do any reading, before I do any spirit work, before I do any lives, I'm live like all the time, right? Before I do any lives or anything, um, I open up my chakras, call in my spirit team, and then I give up. And this is
mhm,
the surrender part that
mhm,
is so important in spirit work,
mhm.
you know,
Truly.
giving it up and surrendering. And so, what I literally say before I do anything, because words don't I talk a lot in case you haven't noticed, right? So the last thing I say before we start up is I will say, please allow everything that comes out of my mouth to be what is supposed to come out of my mouth, you know?
Mm,
And when you develop that surrender and that
mhm,
trust with spirit,
mhm, mhm,
those are the two most important things that you can develop. And you don't even have to be a medium or a psychic or anything to really understand that, you know? So if you think that through. So it's
so
kind of
true.
interesting, but surrender and trust are the two main things.
I agree.
So yeah.
Thank you for asking that, Lori, because that is a big one. That's a big
Yeah,
one.
right? Yeah, because a
Thank
lot of
you.
people don't understand where it's coming from, you know? And over the years, you just learn,
Yeah.
practice, like you say, practice, practice, practice. So you're
Let's
good.
get on with another question. We have Pam Snyder Walter asking us a question saying, so many life changes in my family. Do you see
Mm.
anything positive for us? So Pam, I want to say that I'm gonna let Lori start this reading. How's that?
Okay.
Lori? I'm gonna let you start. I felt like I was starting the last couple of them. So
So Pam, the first thing that came to my mind when she was reading it, I saw it on the screen. I want you, if you can play the game of gratitude with me. Okay. So every day when you wake up, and
mm,
if you're familiar with Wayne Dyer, this was his big thing. He would open his eyes, and before his feet would even hit the floor, he would say, "Thank you." Okay.
mhm,
So
mhm.
then and so I try to remember to do that, but I'm not a morning person. So it takes me a couple minutes to get going, right? So you get your day started, and then you start with a practice of gratitude. You buy yourself a gratitude journal, and every day you just start writing out the things that you're grateful for. It could be two things, it could be five.
Mhm,
Okay. And the reason why we write it down is because when you're having a down day and you're just
mhm,
not feeling great about anything, you go back and you
mhm,
reread it.
mhm.
And that is what I think would really, really benefit you right now, because there's always things that are positive that are happening in your life. You may not know what they are just yet, but there always are. So,
Oh, I love that. And I love the gratitude is so important, Pam. And what I
wow.
picked up for you, Pam, is that look, the ground has broken open underneath your feet. I mean, it's as if an earthquake has happened and it just feels like shattering or breaking underneath you, and no control. I mean, we have no control over life, right? What
Mm,
happens with our loss of loved ones, or loss of anything, of jobs or situations,
mhm,
relationships. And I want to say that in some way, there's some higher guidance around you, Pam, where you're being asked to simplify your life. You're kind of being asked to maybe take a look at your life, or your life where you want to see yourself. And you're being asked to kind of take baby steps, or take the necessary steps. Don't look so far down the road and say, why am I not there yet?
yeah.
It's about maybe taking the energy about where you are at this moment.
Yeah.
And as Lori said, when we can somehow find gratitude in
Yeah.
the day when we are, in a suffering mode, or when we don't feeling lost, when, as you mentioned, things haven't been going the way in a positive direction. I do feel that there is a recovery period happening for you right now. And I feel like the second part of 2023 is almost like, it's almost like seeing where you're going. It's like, okay, now I get a sense. So we'll
Yeah.
leave you with that. We hope
Very
that's helpful.
beautifully said,
Did you
Cheryl.
like that,
That was gorgeous. Yeah,
Lori?
that's really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's do another question. Okay, we have time. Is it okay, Lori?
Yes.
Monica, because I saw Monica's question for some reason, it just grabbed me. Monica Olvera Walker, am I on the right path in college? Any guidance on my career path?
Ooh. Oh,
Ooh.
that is perfect. I'm going to pull a card. You know what? I never used to use cards,
You're
but
welcome.
they're so much fun, Okay, so do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Go ahead, because I was going first there for a while. I want to let you see
You're
what your
so
cards say, and then,
Oh my gosh. And you
oh
know
my
what? If
God.
any of you that follow me know that I always say that about every card, so I apologize. Look at what card we pulled for you,
I have
or
to
I
read
pulled
it.
for you, Monica. It says, let love be your beacon.
Mhm,
So, do you love what you're studying? Do you love it?
mhm,
Only you know, and you will know deep in your own heart.
mhm,
And let me throw this out there too, your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is very important in determining, I shouldn't say determining, but allowing you to be who you're supposed to be in this world. So, what I really want to say is figure out who you are in this world and use your love of self, use your love of the world to be the guide to figure out, am I on the right path? It kind of feels like that you're on, for me, okay? It feels like you're on the right path, but I feel like that it's like an offshoot. Like there's some sort of offshoot that's going to be coming up that you're going to be like, "Oh, right." Like let's just say that you're studying art history, right?
mhm.
Maybe it's not actually art history, maybe it's ceramics or something like that. I don't know the different things, right? But like maybe it's just another aspect of art, that sort of thing. So, Monica, I hope that makes sense to you. So, Cheryl,
I
thank
loved what you said, and that's exactly what I was getting to, Monica. I mean, Lori, I was saying, Monica, yes, you are on the right path. And yes, don't let this career path dictate who you are, because there's so much more. Like, it's not like you don't, I mean, it's like a don't get stuck in just that career. How's that?
you.
Like, there's so many
Yes.
other paths ahead of you. There's so much more delight in watching you blossom and unfold on your career path. And I know you have this passion of working with people and helping people. And I just know that you connect really well with anybody, right? Like, you're very approachable and easygoing, and that's just what I'm getting about you, Monica. But I want to say, there's some, like, you're going to do your career. You're always going to do your career, but there are other avenues too that you're also going to possibly be doing, as well, as even Lori mentioned, right? You're going to, so keep going your direction. All right. And let that, and I just keep hearing you're going to be surprised, let the world surprise you. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, and
Yeah.
she said
Yeah.
that makes sense. I'm studying social sciences. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, and I almost just heard, I felt I heard, Monica, that you're gonna be going into a field that hasn't been, uh, particularly created yet, or it's not really
Ooh.
formed, so maybe there's some new studies going on in the social science realm, or, new technology that you're gonna tune into, and you might even be the one that creates it, okay? So, be open to
Ooh.
that. How about that, Lori?
Oh,
Yeah.
another one report back.
want to report back. So please report back to us.
Yeah, and you have to let me know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's great.
Oh
Awesome.
my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Where does the time go?
I know. I know. This is so much fun. Thank you, Courtney.
Do you want to do another reading? Can we just do two real quick ones?
Sure.
Because
Absolutely.
Bud asked, Bud, I saw your question. He asked if he's going to be a psychic medium. He says, do you see?
Mm.
And Bud, so we can answer this one really quickly because we both know. And then we're going to go to Jessica, Elizabeth, and then we're going to, we'll see where we go from there. But what do you think about Bud?
I think that everybody has the ability. It's
Mhm.
there. There's a little flame in there that, yes, you can. You need to fan the flame. You need to
Yeah.
nurture the flame. So that's mine real quick. Go ahead.
I love it. And Bud, I felt like you're being called to do this, so that's what I'm
Mhm.
feeling.
Oof.
I feel like you wanna answer the call and, see if it's something
Mhm.
that you like, and you can make it you can make it your own, however that looks to you, but
Mhm.
I feel like you wanna explore that some more, so answer is yes.
Yeah, definitely. And keep meditating.
Yeah,
Definitely keep
perfect.
meditating.
Keep meditating.
Awesome.
Thank you for asking, Bud, and thanks
Yeah.
for being part of our show, and lastly, Jessica, just because
Mhm.
Jessica, I felt like the stress and anxiety was something with you, so
Aw.
Jessica is asking, "Will I ever get my stress and anxiety under control? I feel so worn out all the time."
Hmm. Oh, gee. You know what I'm really getting for you, Jessica, is I'm feeling like this sense of like I feel your energy is depleted, you know? I feel like I'm supposed to tell you to get some rest. I feel like that you
Mm,
have lots coming at you from all angles and it's just overwhelming. So
mhm,
that's what I'm kind of feeling from you and I feel like your energy is like everybody's taking all of your energy. So I feel like you're down here. However, I do feel like that throughout April, I feel like we're going to go up and up and up. Okay. I feel like that we're going to go up and up and up. And like your energy wise. Okay. And, again, I hate to keep saying this over and over again, but meditation is
mhm,
so
mhm, mhm,
awesome
mhm.
for
Yeah,
stress and anxiety. I mean, I really can't stress that enough. Even if you only do 10 minutes a day, and even if you're sitting there and you're thinking about everything you have to
mm,
do and all of the stress in your life, just sit there. Give
mhm,
yourself the gift of 10 minutes.
mhm.
So that was
And,
all.
and Lori is a meditation instructor, by the way, so she would know, and that I also have some meditations, on my
Yes.
shop page.
Oh, your
Yeah,
voice
I have
is
the
so perfect for
30 days.
meditations. Oh
Yeah,
my
if
gosh.
you haven't signed up for that, Jessica, yeah, definitely, but look, Jessica, I love what Lori said because, it's about boundaries, and it's about you being an empath and learning how to practice self-care, and you're not being selfish. Do need time, You need
Yeah.
some time. You need some time to find out how you feel, what you do in your life that makes you feel better. Is
Yeah.
it meditation? Is it
Mhm.
taking a bath, soaking in a bath, for example?
Yes.
Is it hiking in nature? Is it just reading, spending time reading or sitting out in the sun? Find Be more aware of what gives you energy. What makes you smile when through your day, and do more of that. Okay, Jessica?
Yeah. Yeah. Good
All
luck,
right.
Jessica.
Thank you for letting us in.
Good.
And everyone, thank you all for your questions. There are so many more we can answer. I know we're going to have Lori back on another show. Lori, if you don't mind, we'd love to have you back
I
on
love
another
doing this.
show.
It's so much
And
fun. It's so much fun.
well, these
Thank you.
questions, everyone is lighting up. So we love sharing, and we love everyone joining us for our show. Please sign up for our mailing list at seeingbeyondradio.com. For everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Wednesday for another wonderful show. Always know we're at a new time now, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're also live streaming now, so maybe it's easier to find us. And we so appreciate all of you joining us. Always know that you're the light. Be sure you get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, really, and know that you're that co-creator of the universe. So think about what you want to create, right? Make
Aw.
that happen, and just make sure you're breathing and loving all of you. Have a blessed evening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Lori. Always. It's a
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.